Konnichiwa, ohayou gozaimasu, Nagbo, and all that other good jazz. Hello and howdy. Um, I'm Alan, president of Hope Live Action Roleplay, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I thought I'd pop on here and discuss kind of a taboo topic. A lot of people will disagree and probably hate this video. A lot of y'all will probably agree, but it's about safety rules at LARPs. Well, benefits and downsides to them, in my opinions of them. First, we're going to talk about the safety rules of American style LARPs, because that's what my game is, and that's what most of them in America are. The reason for some of the safety rules is not technically supposed to be breaking the immersion aspect of it, but for safety of the player and the other players of the event. It's not really a don't hit me in the head because you might hurt me type thing. In my opinion, it's more of a okay, let me use an example here. At Legends, we had a gentleman who had PTSD. My brother Michael has that. If you hit him in the face or something like that, he was a soldier over in Iraq. If you hit him in the face, it's not going to be a game no more. He's going to try to kill you. This is why headshots are illegal at American style games. It's as kind of a safety precaution so the game doesn't get sued just in case somebody does snap and go off and kill somebody. About it, in my opinion. That's the reason why I have them in my game. I can take a headshot all day and not think twice about it. It doesn't bother me. I like all different styles. The don't touch me rule without my permission is because a lot of people have a skittish about their personal space. That and also, if you go to drag me off the combat field by my leg or something like that, and I'm in full garb, chances are I've spent hundreds to maybe upwards to $1,000 on my costuming, and if you're dragging me by it, you might rip it. And then it goes from an in-play to an out-of-play thing very quickly because you just tore up over $100 worth of costuming, and more than likely you're going to look at me and go, tough luck, buddy. I'm not going to pay for it. Well, you know what? We're going to pay for it one way or the other, So, the other things are, the hand shots, It's not a valuable target. That's why we don't do it. I ain't worried about breaking my hand, which that's the reason why a lot of LARPs do it, because these are some of the easiest bones to break. I don't care what anybody says. Anywhere where you have a broken bone as a injury, that's not minor. That's kind of a major deal. Kind of like a snake bite or a ball or bear mauling. You want to come home and go, hey, yeah, man, we had this great time at Hope. This kid got mauled by a bear. This was like the most awesome event because I watched the kid get mauled by a bear. I mean, it was only a minor injury. I mean, he only lost his freaking limbs by being mauled by a bear. But, it was a minor injury. He came back to continue to play. Right. If I break a freaking finger, yeah, I'm probably going to continue to play. But that's not a minor injury because that can potentially mess up my entire career. I'm an artist. My hands are my tools. A lot of people work with their hands. A lot of people do other things with their hands. Still, if you break a finger, you break a hand, you can't work. So, we put these rules in place for your safety, for the other player's safety, and so you don't mess up your real life. Yes, I know it kind of disrupts the immersion of a game, but congratulations, people. You have a real life, too. It's not just a game. It's not just a fantasy world that you're going to live in forever. So if you break a bone or you have to call out of work because of an injury at a LARP, your boss is more than likely not going to like this, probably fire you. Then you're going to lose your paycheck. Then you're not going to be able to LARP. Then you're not going to be able to live. So get over it. They're there for reasons. Now, the other style of rules I'd like to talk about is battle games. Battle games are very, very, very awesome. For one, they're more realistic than any other style of game I've ever tried. Because you can be whatever you want to be. You can be an orc, Roman, whatever. But all you do is beat the ever-living shit out of somebody else all day, get drunk at night, and wake up with a hangover and do it all again the next day. But headshots are legal and stuff like that. But they have safety rules set for that. Granted, yeah, you can shield bash somebody, but your shield is like this freaking thick, man. That's not gonna hurt nobody. You can hit somebody in the head with your sword, but your sword is this freaking wide, this freaking thick. It's heavy, and it doesn't hurt. Get over it. Yeah, you can get hit in the head. You can grab that guy over there and you can tackle him to the ground as long as he's not in full plate mail. Yeah, that's one of their safety rules. A guy in a 300 pounds worth of plate metal cannot grab somebody who doesn't have any armor and throw him to the ground. Much less or a woman or anything like that, which is very fine because chances are that 300-pound guy grabbing you and throwing you to the ground is going to break your ribs or any other bone you have in your body, which could lead to death. And death is a serious injury, folks. I know. It's weird. I know. I'm strange. Broken bones, anything that makes me, miss work or time with my kids, or even death. I consider these things major issues, but some people don't. Even European style LARPs, which every LARPer and LARP tries to be or looks up to European style LARPs. They have safety rules, just like battle games. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It does break the immersion a little bit, but you're not real life. I'm not paying, and you're not paying to go get your nose broke. If you're going to do that, join the UFC. And they even have safety rules too. So no matter where you go, folks, no matter what you do in life, there are rules. Abide by them. They're put in place for your safety, your convenience, the safety of the general public, and everything else. And I hate rules. But, I don't want a soldier that's playing my game or somebody who's in the head playing my game get hit in the wrong spot and snap on somebody and break their neck. Then it not only becomes a issue for the person who got their neck broke, but also causes a lot of freaking legal paperwork that I'm going to have to fill out and go to court. And I can't stand court. You have to realize, folks, that a lot of people say that, yes, safety rules in games are stupid. No, they're not. They're there for a reason. And even the most intense battle games have safety regulations and everything. And even all the way down to the rules of theft. Some games allow a person to steal somebody's personal property. Well, somebody's that's not in place yet, I am going to kill them. Plain and simple. It's not going to be an in-play thing anymore. Now, we have loot and stuff like that for in-play aspects that you can steal off the players. Don't steal their real stuff, man. It's not cool. Don't hit them in the nose purposely. Don't hit them in the head purposely unless you're at that style of game. Then that is fine. And if you're that type of person who gets quick to temper, don't play battle games or games where you're going to get hit in the head on purpose or somewhere that's going to piss you off. Don't do that. And don't drink while you LARP. I know there's some games that allow you to drink while you LARP, but there's a reason why I say this. Because when alcohol is involved, nothing can go right. Your attitude can change from happy to sad really quickly. From happy to mad really quickly. The guy could look at you the wrong way and you're going to become a real physical fight. And this is where people get locked up and stuff like that. I'm too old to fight. So if somebody hits me, I'm just going to lock them up, have their ass locked up, or stab them or something like that. But does that mean I don't know how to fight? No, it doesn't mean I don't know how to fight. I do know how to fight. I just prefer not to. I don't like to drink. I don't want to be around. I don't like drunks, and I don't like. I don't think violence should be involved where there's alcohol. That's just my personal opinion. Half you people are going to disagree with me and probably blast me in my comment section. But hey, at least you'll be leaving comments. But you know what, though? Some games are that way. Some people are just that tight that you can hit them in the face when you're drunk or something like that, and they'll forgive you the next day. Well, that's on them, not on me. I personally don't think it's that way. I personally think rules are set in LARP for a reason, and I personally also think they're there for safety aspects of the game. Yes, in my opinion, they do break the immersion a little bit because it can't hit you in the head. But it's not real life, folks. It never will be real life. You're not really in the Middle Ages. You're not really in the Victorian era here. Fairies didn't really exist back then. Granted, yes, they believed them. But you're not really in these time periods. You are in the 21st century, folks, where we have computers, where we have technology, where we're pampered little babies, and we don't like to be hit in the head. We're not Europeans. Why try to be a European? We are Americans. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the style of LARPs you created. Don't be a European LARP. And if you do, don't go around saying you're better than everybody. You're not. Don't tell them that your rules system is better, because it's basically the same as a battle game. It really is. But with more role-playing aspects. My point is, the rule systems are put in place for your... I got off topic for a second, sorry. Please forgive me. My point is that the rules are there for safety of everybody who's playing the game. They're also there to protect the owners of the game. I can name some of the biggest games in Georgia right now that are American-style LARPs that have been around for 30, 40 years plus, that have more players than anybody else's game in Georgia. One being Solar. That is the #1 largest LARP in Georgia. And they are an American-style LARP. And they have safety rules. They even are more strict on their weapon safety aspects than every other game I've seen. Seriously, dude. Their core of their weapon is a tampon of doom. Either duct tape or gaff tape or nylon tape. But it has to be the thick style. None of that ultralight stuff. None of that microlight stuff. It is thick, padded stuff. There are players that have been there since the very beginning. And they're there to enjoy themselves. They're not there to... If you get accidentally hit in the head, if they get accidentally hit in the head, I'm sure that's fine. They're not there to do it. And the owner of the game and everybody else, they put these rules in place not only for your protection, but for theirs too. Because even though you sign a legal waiver at the beginning of the event, if someone gets seriously injured, it can still come back on the owner. You guys need to think about that a little bit. Even at battle games, if somebody gets severely injured, it can potentially come back on them. But I'm a fan of both styles. Neither one to me is better than the other. The only thing I think is cool about the European styles is the fact that they're more battle game oriented, and they can do it for weeks and months at a time. They will do these things. So, but that's my opinions on safety rules. They're there for your safety and the safety of the owner of the game. Of the different styles, which is battle games and American style LARPs, because European LARPs kind of fall in the same safety regulations about headshots and stuff like that. So I'm gonna end this now before I continue to rattle on. Thank you for watching. Sign off.